Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup with what's new and going on in the modelling world. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we this morning?
Morning.
Morning. Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Is winter upon us? Is it cold up there?
It's not too bad, actually. Not that bad.
I've not noticed. I just told Alexa to turn the heating up and then got out of bed, so...
Nice.
I've got a clue.
Nice. I must admit, I did the usual thing where the boiler needed topping up with water yesterday, and obviously it was the coldest day, and so that was it. It was like brilliant. So woke up yesterday morning and everything was freezing, and no heating had come on. So leg it down, top up the water.
I had the same problem about a week ago.
Yes. Bugger. Never mind. Anyway, we hope you're all doing very well at home. Obviously, this particular weekend, we've got something a little bit special coming up. We're doing our turkey shoot, which will start on Thursday night and is going to run right the way through the weekend as well. So we're all getting sort of ready for that one. But generally, it's been another sort of quiet week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With new releases and things coming in. It's been one of those weeks, really, where we're expecting a ton of stuff to be in before Christmas, and we're getting closer now, so you know what's going to happen. So we're going to turn up at once.
Yeah,
so
that's what's going to happen. I think what has turned up is the Jag.
The Jag.
Jag has been re-released, as we've shown before.
Yeah, very nice.
That's
as I say, I'm going to build that. You do realise I'm going to build that as a homage back to my days.
You should.
I built the two-seat version of that, which is available as a video build, which is one of the very first videos I ever did in around about 2002. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wear a dodgy jumper. I'm thinking a camera here, literally as it was old school, and then I'm just going to do it as I did back in the day.
You should do that one.
I think that's lovely. That's the can openers, isn't it? Yeah.
I've done a Gulf War one before, which was when I was building my 30-second Tornado, which was a group build we did way back when, and I wanted to, because I was using extra acrylics paint, I wanted to test them out. So I did one of them, and I've looked everywhere. I can't find where the kit is. I don't know what I've done with it. But yeah.
But again, generally, this is one of those. It's actually a really nice kit. It's recessed details, even though it's an older kit. It's a fine-looking Jag. I think it's good shape and everything else. And back in the day, you used to be able to get an entire replacement wing set for it, which was in the flaps down and slats out. Don't think that company's around anymore, unfortunately. They've long gone. But you used to be able to get quite a bit of aftermarket for it. Seats and various bits and pieces. But again, I think over time, these companies, which were more cottage industry, shall we say, they're no longer with us, which is a shame, because actually it's actually a really very, very nice kit. So you never know. Now it's back out again. Other companies might jump on it and do a few bits and pieces for it. But it's nice when it's got the old drooped flaps and slats and all the rest of it. But straight out of the box, it's actually a really nice kit. It goes together really, really well. And Italy have just done their usual, put some absolutely fantastic decals with it, which really do make it, and you have got some very nice options in there. So yes, looking forward to that. That's literally blast from the past material.
I think the Jag's a really nice looking aircraft until you put the, I presume, the sidewinders.
What, over the wings?
Over the wings, and it's just an afterthought, wasn't it? Well, I presume it was an afterthought.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, wasn't it? I think they were going along the lines of the Lightning, wasn't it? Where you used to have the over wing tanks, which was a bit of a rough idea. But it can't be easy for the ground crew to rearm it when you've got to put it over the wing. But no, definitely a very interesting aircraft. So I can vouch for the kit. It's a really nice kit. And again, really, it's one of those ones. 20 quid kit. It's brilliant. Really, really nice. And decal options, magic. Very, very nice indeed. So
they always pick good things out there. I presume the only upgrade you'd probably do is put a resin seat in it.
You can pop a little resin seat into it,
You ain't going to see a lot of the cockpit in the Jaguar.
No, you don't see any cockpit in the Jag,
They're all black, aren't they, in there? So it's not going to make a lot of this, especially in this scale as well. But the seat might add a little bit. But again, I mean, like we said before, I think there's that option, and obviously the really old Airfix one from God knows when, and Jaguar did one. So I think Nathan's the one that he built that I gave him.
Yeah.
And there's not, that's not out anyway. I don't think that's been available for a while. So again, nice to see a Jag back out in 72nd. So
yes. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, they've all gone out who's paid. So they might be getting them today as this arrives. or goes up later, you'll probably get them. They'll probably be turning up in the post. So happy days.
Nice.
And apart from that, we are waiting for stuff coming in. Tools coming in, which should be Friday, and other bits and bobs as well. So yeah, it's gonna be another. Hopefully they're all here for the weekend. That's what my fingers crossed plan is. I've got to go and see somebody later on.
Yeah.
For the weekend as well. So I'm going this afternoon. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to do a bit of prep tonight on my build.
Yes.
As in cut it all off the sprue basically.
Do you know what? I think that's a very good idea, and I'm going to be probably doing the same as well. So to speed things along a little bit with the build, and have it all prepped, cleaned up, ready to go. So it's just assembly, painting. Because otherwise you spend your time, cleaning them up. It's actually a very good idea. One of your better ones, I might add.
Yeah, until I can't find the parts I've cut off, or I don't know where they go. But
yeah, you don't know what number that is.
A very basic kit, so it's not like hundreds of thousands of parts, and I'm not going to know where they are. So I think I should be pretty good with it. So I think John was doing it last night. I don't know if Nathan's going to do it tonight, and they're going down the same path. So I think we'll all be just a tub of bits to tip out tomorrow. Because
I'm sort of conflicted whether or not to carry on with my Gundam, which I want to get finished, or to start that little truck that Nathan got me.
Whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah, that's it.
No pressure, is it? It's just
I might carry on doing my Gundam.
That's it. For people who don't know, basically what we do, every year we have what we call our turkey shoot build, and it starts as a live build, and we all build something. Usually starts on the Thursday night, as it will. So we do it literally from opening the box right the way through then to Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock or 5:30 normally when we finish, and then for your final reveal. So the idea is you pick something you can build in that sort of 3 days really at the end of the day, and you can literally get it done. So don't go for something massive that you're never going to finish. And the whole point of it is, and the only rule of it is to have fun. So we pick weird and wacky stuff, like I did the Phoenix missiles last year, the angry missiles, and a few other bits and pieces we've done over the time. So you do it so you can probably get it finished, but if you don't, it doesn't matter, because it literally is just a little bit of fun, and that's what we do. So it's literally a build-a-thon. So we're just building, chatting, having a laugh right the way through, and that's literally what it is. So it's nothing heavy, it's nothing over the top and things like that. So you can literally just have a little bit of fun, join in with us. Obviously we'll be live over social media and all the usual bits and pieces like here, and you can join in with us. So that's the whole point. So you can post up your photos on Instagram and all the bits and pieces like that as well, and we can have a look at your work. Members, you'll be able to put it in the special area which I'll set up in the forum later today, and you can post up your builds into there, and then obviously we'll be showing your work as you move it along and things like that. So that's how it works. It's literally have fun. That's the whole point to it. So if you want to do something completely weird and wacky, something you never normally would do or anything else like that, because it is literally a little bit of fun. And we've had some really good builds over the years where people have done it. Like we've been doing this now for 5-6 years, and it's always been a really good one, especially with some of the ideas that people come up to try and do within 3-day build and things like that. We've had some very, very funny stuff. We've had some really impressive stuff as well. So that's the main thing, though, is basically have a giggle. So join us along, drop in and out of the shows, things like that, and you can build along with us.
Look
good
forward
stuff.
to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. It is. It's always a laugh. I've got my turkey hat. I found it. He's good to go.
Oh, have you found it?
Yeah, I've got it. It's literally down on my chair over there. So I'm all set, ready to go on this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in this week, as I said, there's not much come along in the new arrivals. It's pretty much in. But a lot of this has gone out because it was on pre-order with us anyway, wasn't it? So the Jags have all gone. That's all been sorted. Yeah. The Vampires, they've all gone.
Yeah.
We're assuming, and the bits and pieces like that, and all the other ones you can see down in here, which we did have up on pre-orders and things like that. Some really, really nice stuff, as you can see. And again, as soon as the other stuff, as soon as it drops, all the pre-orders, we'll get them out to you, and then obviously they'll make their way out onto the site as well. So you can see some very nice stuff down in those ones. So that's all cool. And then in the specials area, we're going to be updating this somewhat for the weekend, maybe?
We'll be updating that, like I said, I'm off to see somebody today, so that should be updated. It will be updated for when we start on Saturday, so yes.
So keep an eye on obviously these ones, because this has got some of our damaged box ones in that stock that we do. And when we say slightly damaged, unless if it's a proper damaged one, we'll obviously show photos of it. Most of them have just got very light damage that you'd probably expect anyway. But again, you can pick up some real bargains down
if you can go on to the itinerary car at the bottom, Phil.
Car.
keep scrolling down to the bottom, down.
The
Yeah, that one there. That one will have a picture, so that's had a picture because it is a
proper
brush
damage.
span. I mean, that's probably as bad as it ever gets.
Yeah.
But if they haven't got any pictures, literally, it's like, they're normally just like
Yes.
a little crease in the box, or sometimes it's just like the underside of the box into this.
No one else.
Yeah.
Sees.
Yeah.
But generally, obviously, these ones that are down in here now will probably stay in here, but we'll add to this as well for some specials for the actual weekend right the way
Just
through.
to say, the top 3 are new kits. They're not
Yes.
Yeah, they're not damaged. Yeah,
because it will state anyway.
It does say damaged box down on here, slightly damaged box, right the way through.
And there's also sometimes when we get review samples, if Phil does a review, it'll come back to the store and we put them in there as well. I think some of them may say review samples, or they might have all gone by now.
Yeah, I think they've all gone now. We did those the other week, but yes.
Yeah.
So that's anyway. But anyway, that's in our little specials area. Keep an eye on that. It does change quite a lot. And again, it will definitely change for this weekend as well. So you'll be able to pick up hopefully some few bargains down in there.
Yeah.
Pre-orders. We'll start it here for pre-orders. This one is due in any time now. Very nice box art as we can see as well. So this is the new Type 21, isn't it? Yeah, Zero. As well. What they're doing is Tora as well. So it's a limited edition dual combo 148 scale.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had that one up for a while. I've just changed the box art image because the box art's now come through. So if people have already pre-ordered and they're panicking, thinking it's a different one, it's not. It's the same one that you've already got for pre-order. But
so those ones we're sort of expecting any time now as well. That should drop any minute because it's for proper release, I think, on the 1st of December.
Yep.
So we hopefully will get those in within the next week, and then obviously we can get them out to you. So that's those ones down in there. And so obviously we've got the Hobby 2000. Sorry, to scroll through the pages here, which is the really nice one. So this is the ex Hasegawa 148 scale GR7 9 kit that they did, which was then re-released by Revell. Now Hobby 2000 have got it as well. So
did Ed re-release that?
Edard's done it as well.
Edard did it as well. Yeah,
they did it. So yeah.
So she's been around a bit, but she's still a good one.
Well,
so,
it's been very popular for us on the pre-order. Let's just say that.
Is. Yeah. But again, this is one of those kits where for some reason it just perhaps we know because each manufacturer's having a go at releasing a version of it. But again, it never seems to be around long. It seems to be, obviously Edard did theirs as limited edition and that was it. Revell's version of it wasn't around long either. And then everything else. So basically, this is the REF version. So it's the GR79 kit on this one. Some really nice markings we're expecting with that, and it'll probably come with the mask set and all the usual bits and pieces, doesn't it? So, But again, it's probably well worth grabbing it because for some reason, when you want one, there's never one around. So I thought about building a GR7 a few years back and couldn't find one for love nor money. So yes, that's that one.
Not a bad price either, is it, for what it is?
No, that's it. And it's a good kit, let's face it. Very nice as well. We've got the Gecko models. This is, I should have reset all of these, but I forgot. I call it the shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
Funnily enough, we were just on about this before, because this has been up quite a while on our pre-orders. So, but we've had over the past few days, people have put the name down. So I wonder if it's been talked about somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it seems to have picked up again from people putting the name down for it. So hopefully that's going to be in soon. Again, I'm going to find out. I've got some questions to ask a said person later when I go and see him.
Yes.
And just find out some dates and stuff like that. So I know people's been asking about some other stuff that we've got going on as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and pin him down for some dates and.
Yeah.
I can see that being a nice build actually. Yeah. So it's nicely cluttered into it, and so a lot on it, and
it's not massive either, is it?
No. It's only a small bit of armour. But again, let's face it, Gecko models usually really nice detail.
Yeah, they are. They're nicely moulded. They're good.
They're very nicely moulded. Yeah, that's it. So again, even with all of the sort of the bar armour on it and all the rest of it, it'd be nice. That's it. It's not going to be flashy and all the rest of it. It's going to be a good bit of kit on that. So looking forward to seeing that one. As you say, hopefully it won't be too long at all.
No.
Oh, too many. Click it once. And then obviously this is something which obviously has been spoken about a lot this week, which is the pre-order that we've had up, to be honest, since July. For the F14D, the AMK one, it's got history for being delayed, isn't it? And we were originally told it's due out any minute again, so that's why we did the pre-order on it, and now we've been waiting almost 6 months. So again, just to follow suit like the original release was, the second release of this particular one is obviously dragging its heels a little bit as well. So, but hopefully it won't be too long at all.
I've had a few people message asking when it is going to arrive, and say Matt's going to see the supplier this afternoon. So
let's put it this way: it's not the supplier's problem why it's not here.
No,
at all.
It's his problem, but it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not his fault. But again, let's face it, AMK have got... We got delayed, was it 3 years for that one anyway in the first place? So there you go, we've been delayed another 6 months getting the re-release of it. But it said, we need to change that, Andy, where it says due in late September. We changed that to 2022.
Yeah. That was the original, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, we've got the fee up as well. We've just put it up. There's Airfix C area that's been released.
Yeah.
So,
which is
we've just put that up. So if anybody's interested in that,
that's cool. Yeah, I need to look at that because apparently on Airfix's website, it's a different box art.
Perhaps it is because that's the old box art.
That's the original one, isn't it?
That must be the new box art for it. Because what they'll do is they'll change the number to A at the end. You know, the part number, it'll have an A on it or something when they re-release. Right. So that is the new box art.
Yeah, it's got an A on that.
I need to change that then because our supplier's got that box art on.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, very nice. So anyway, it'd be nice to see that particular kit back because it is a nice one. I can vouch for that. I've done the FA2. I've never built the FRS1, but I did the FA2. That's a beautiful little kit as well. So very nice with all the Airfix 72nd Harriers. So that's very nice indeed. So it'd be nice to see that one back up. Again, that's one of those ones you stick in your stash because it will go again, and then you'll be scratching for them everywhere. Yeah. For all the Mandalorian fans out there. We've got the Outland TIE Fighter.
Now, bit of story behind this one. When we originally were approached and shown the Mandalorian, the Razor Quest, we were asked if we wanted to put these up as well for pre-order, and the things that we declined because it's a different scale, and I presumed it would be about this big. Watching on YouTube, I watched the Airfix magazine's article on Telford, and they were talking to a couple of guys from Airfix, including Pramjet. They showed one of the display cabinets, and in the display cabinets they got one of them, and it's quite a big thing.
Right.
I thought, fair, that looks good value for money now. It's the size of it, so I thought we'll get up on pre-order because it does look good and it'll go well with as a not as a diorama because it's a different scale to the Mandalorian, but as the Razor Quest. But it'd be nice to, if you're building one, why not build both?
Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, it's always been the little bugbear of mine as a complete geek when it comes to Star Wars is why they're all in different scales. Yeah. Why can't we just keep, I know they do this thing about it needs to go in a box this big and all the rest of it, but for some reason Star Wars is one of those things where you can never seem to get a series of kits in one scale. Obviously Bandai do and other manufacturers do, like fine molds and things like that, but for some reason Revell, and we know a lot of them, there's this click and play stuff and all the rest of it as well, which does work into some nice models as well, but why they just can't keep it as a standard scale all the way through is a right pain. So
because I think they are odd scales to do them in, really odd. Surely do it 48, 72nd, 32nd, or whatever the standard scales, or whatever the sci-fi scales are. I'm not really up on them, but it would, if they just standardised it, it would. Because you could do stuff with them. You could do a bit of a diorama and or add things to other stuff or whatever you wanted to do, and it would go. But it does 1/64th scale and some of the other stuff, 1/56 scale. Where they pulled these scales from, it's bizarre. There must be a reason behind it, but I have no idea.
I've seen some sites quoting that as 1/56 scale. But according to Revell's site, it is 1/65th scale. So,
obviously 1/65th is such a well-known one.
Yeah, exactly. Goes really well with
nothing.
Other ones, 65th scale stuff that must be in abundance. I don't know. There must be a reason, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of messages saying, well, it's because of this, this, and this. But I don't know why, like I say, why they don't just kind of follow suit with Bandai and go down the 1144, 72nd, 48th route. It just makes sense to modelers as well.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know where you're at then, because you can judge how big it's going to be in a way.
Yeah, of course you can. And I think you'll get a lot of people say that it has to be, if it's the Play series, I know people have said in the past that it's hand size.
Yeah.
So those ones that I've redone and all the rest of it is that, they always do them to a particular scale so it fits in the hand. So that's why they always do it. But other times they say it has to fit in a box this big.
I've got big hands.
He's got big hands. I've only got little hands.
Is that the hand of an 8-year-old?
Yeah, I think that is an 8-year-old's hand. But only because I was speaking to somebody once, and that's what the reason I was told is that with the Play stuff, it tends to be handleable size. It fits in the hand correctly, so it can be used and things like that. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. And other times I've spoken to other manufacturers, and they say it's the limitations of the box because of shipping and things like that as well. They have to have a standard size box. But as we know, some manufacturers put tiny kits in big boxes.
But that don't count for kids' toys, like, in other things, does it? Do you know what I mean? Proper kids' toys. They don't standardise them to hand size, do they? I don't know. I've been in a toy shop for that long, I couldn't tell you. But
as for box size, I mean, Rebel are famous for putting small kits into great big boxes, aren't they? So
yeah, absolutely. So
it's interesting.
Anyway, it's nice to see that we're getting some of the Mandalorians universe through. Let's face it, because obviously you say I'm a bit of a geek for this, it annoys me we can't get Bandai in Europe, because that's, to me, is the creme de la creme of it. So a lot of the times if you do want something, then you're looking at this type of thing from Revell, but it's nice to see they're coming out with it.
Hey, you could talk about the little walker that I gave you.
This little one. Matt gave me a little present, so I've got the world's smallest walker.
So
and why is it this small, Matt?
There is a story behind this, and no, we can't get them at PM. No, this isn't a sample. This is nothing. I bought that off eBay, not looking what it was. I thought it was a bigger, like the other walkers.
It was bigger in the picture. Sounds like my missus.
No, do you know what? Mate? Even in fairness to the person that I brought it off, had put a ruler next to it and something to show how small it was. Because there's no scale on it, is there?
No.
So we couldn't put, whoever was selling it couldn't put the scale because there isn't one on it. So obviously they put like a little one of them.
Yeah.
On whatever it was. I never even looked at that. I'd just seen this walker. I thought, that looked cool on the picture. Bid on it, won it, and then it turned up in this, matchbox basically. I think it turned up in. I was like, well, what? Why? So I've given it Phil, but unfortunately, no, we can't get it. We can't get them. It's Bandai. So even like the instructions are in the box lid.
In the lid, they're actually printed in the inside of the box.
I'm sure Phil will show a bit.
I'm going to build this at the weekend. Watch this space. I will do it as a quick build and quick weather job at the weekend with my other project that I'll be doing as well. But that'll be a nice fun one to do, I think.
Yeah.
So.
But like I say, it's a shame, really, isn't it, that there's not more stuff, because we kind of got a batch of Bandai that they were redoing, and then it slowed up a little bit again, hasn't it? I know we've got back in the little Star Destroyer and Death Star.
Yeah.
But we can't get a B wing for love nor money.
No.
But we've got A wings, Y wings, Slave one's gone, and then TIE fighters and X-wings. I think we've still got them. We can get.
What I want to know, the biggest one is where the hell is the big AT-AT or the AT-AT? That walks?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. I've seen it walking. It's great. It's on a little plinth, and he actually does go along, and it's great. It was the motorised version of the AT-AT that was due to be released years ago, and then it vanished, never to be seen again. So where did that go? That's Bandai. Yeah, they actually did it. The walker, the actual proper walking walker.
It was shown at the same time as the Millennium Falcon, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, with the Master Grade one and everything. Absolutely. And so everyone's seen it, but it just never happened.
Was that 72nd scale?
No. It's still, it was the one that I've done, which is what scale? Jesus, can't remember now. Is it 144? Yeah, 144. It's not massive. It's only like this big, but it's actually on a thing and actually does walk, which is it's really really cool with it as well. So but what happened to that? It just died a death. Never happened.
perhaps there were no mileage in it, so they canned it just because it
Or
was
just couldn't do it at the right price,
Or
you know?
it'd be down to
Yeah.
price, won't it? Really, but again, it's obviously, remember the dragon one that was going to the big dragon one was that
Yes.
2nd or 48th for some of that was going to be huge and brilliant. Talking about walkers, have you seen your Legos?
Yes, they've just released
for
it.
£1,000 or whatever it is.
It's horrendous, I know. Yeah.
Have you not ordered one then?
No, I haven't. I literally cannot do it.
Have you not
I
written
can't put
to
it through the
Santa?
books.
I've worked with the books.
So have you not written to Santa for Christmas?
I need to write to Santa, but I think Santa might tell me where to go at that price. But yes, we need to have a Lego channel, and then I can put it through the books. I'll build
quickly
it.
Go, yeah, that's it. Get your Lego.
So how many pairs of shoes is it worth?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, definitely. My other half shoe collection, that's just a couple of pairs of shoes to wear. Jesus.
Yeah. I guess it is a bit on the pricey side. I mean, people moan about some of the price of kits, as in what that's available, or that's up there in it. Lego,
That is definitely
it's very
up there with
expensive. But yeah, it's not something you're going to be buying your kid for Christmas, is it?
No, it's not the type of present that you just be throwing around. Might be available in the Black Friday sale.
Hey, the thing is though with it as well, just going on it, if you did buy one, would you actually put it together? Because sure, it's worth more money in a box, untouched.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
In the loft or wherever you store them, than it is to actually get it out and build it.
It is, because obviously it's the same as their big Star Destroyers that they do.
Yeah.
And things like that. Obviously they're a lot of money as well. They're not quite as much as that is, but they are a lot of money. But you can't buy one now for love nor money because it's been retired. So they're worth more in the box than they are built.
It's a shame.
But there again, it's that side of the hobby which is, the connect. And I do Lego for everybody who's wondering. And I know Andy's done some as well. And, they are very expensive. But again, it's that thing. Are you a collector or are you a builder? And I'm definitely a builder. So, and up in my office upstairs where I've got all my Star Wars and all that type of stuff, I've got the ones all up there, and I've got the Saturn V that Lego did and stuff like that. And it's, again, I couldn't just leave it in the box. I'd have to do it, So there's something about them when they are done. They're very nice. And the nice thing is they're a bit more durable than these. Because if you did ever decide to redesign it, at least you could just use it at the parts again. Yeah. This isn't. They're technically green, environmentally friendly. These aren't, so...
My Saturn V yellow now.
Is it gone yellow, is it? Oh, right. Well, mine's out of sunlight, so that's probably...
It was on the landing window and it's turned it yellow.
Don't they use UV plastic?
Obviously not.
So yeah, after what they cost, I think that's a bit...
Yeah.
Is it yellow on one side? If you turn it round, is it white? And then you turn it and it goes yellow on the right side?
Not all of them. Not all of it's turned yellow. Even on the one side.
Yeah.
Some bricks are yellow and other bits aren't. So it's weird.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Got to write a letter of complaint.
I'd complain to the Lego. Look what it's done.
Another one.
Yeah.
Unless there's a disclaimer on the instructions: don't leave in direct sunlight because it will turn yellow.
Yeah, which it probably has got.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. Great Wall Hobbies, obviously they've got the Flying Tigers. We spoke. This looks like an absolutely beautiful kit as well. So we got the pre-order about that one. We spoke about that last week. Yes, it's very expensive, but it's no more than really if you're looking at a Tamiya 30-second kit with it all in. And to be honest, the detail is absolutely gorgeous on that.
I'd say it's probably more detailed than a Tamiya.
Yeah, and it's definitely got more down the back end.
And it's not as expensive as Lego Attack.
And it's not as expensive as a Lego Attack. Yeah, so those people who moan about it, you think that's only 130 quid. Think of the sense of satisfaction you'll have putting that together.
Yeah. Look at the price of diesel nowadays.
Well, yes, at 155 a litre.
Going off on a bit of a tangent here, but apparently, in the services, it's nearly £1.80, £90 a litre or something in the services for diesel. Jeez. Anyway.
It does seem to be the higher you go up country, the more expensive it gets. Down this part of the world, we're a little bit cheaper now because it's down to like 146 or something if you go to like the supermarkets and that. So it's coming down again this area, but I noticed up country it's still quite high. So
child killers. Be green and have petrol.
Yeah, be green and have a bit of unleaded.
Get on your push bike.
Yes, that's it. You need your e-scooter.
Yeah.
Right. The other one as well, obviously this has been delayed. We've sort of been told, unfortunately, is the F-18 Hornet. So this is the Hobby Boss one of the F. You know what's going to happen. The G is going to turn up at the same time. But the slow boat that it's on has been delayed.
The container it's on has been delayed.
The container that the slow boat's on has been delayed.
It should have landed, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's now going to be December at some point. So, hey, it is what it is. So, quick, get your name down if you want one.
Yeah, so if you want one, you've still got time to grab yourself a name in there.
We'll close it.
The ICM, Bristol.
God, that's got to be due out.
That's got to be very soon.
I reckon.
So we've got the Beaufort.
We've had a ICM December release thing, and that's not on it. The long-nosed Bronco's on it, but not that. So I wonder if that's now going to be pushed back to next year, because I'll tell you, it should have been fourth quarter, but unless it just pops up before. But I mean, we've got 4 weeks now till Christmas, so
yeah, I was going to say we haven't got a lot of time there.
Pushing it fine, so I can see that rolling over until next year, perhaps first quarter of next year. So don't know, we'll see.
Which is a good point, because don't forget, kids, it's the 24th today. So
as soon as Matt said it, I looked at me
Christmas Eve
clock on my thing on the calendar.
We're a month away.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving Eve, isn't it?
Thanksgiving Eve, and then obviously
is it tomorrow.
Yes.
It's 25th, isn't it? Did we say it's actually Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yeah, and then obviously they have the Thanksgiving weekend, isn't it? So.
Do we get turkey sandwiches tomorrow then?
I'm saving myself for Christmas.
Hey, we can't even find a turkey to make into a sandwich, so
no.
No.
Another two we spoke about again. It's been quite popular as well. Is the IBG's new 72nd scale 190s with the gorgeous box art as well. So those are up as well, so you can grab those on the pre-order. Anything else we need to talk about, or are we back into the normal stuff?
No, we're back into normal.
The Rebel SR71s might be out soon as well.
Don't say that, Andy. Just don't jinx it.
I was going to say, get the Sharpie out, change that to a 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
I think.
Oh dear.
Can I just have a disclaimer here before we go on? Can I have a disclaimer here? Everything we say on this show, take with a pinch of salt, because we've got no idea of when things are coming, going, landing, delayed, or anything else. So we just speculate. We are.
Yes.
Conspiracy theorists.
I think that's obvious. I haven't got any clue.
Yes.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We pretend we do, but actually we don't at the end of the day, because sometimes we get told information from people who, you know, we know and trust, but they are trusting people they know and trust. It's a little bit like Chinese whispers sometimes, because we get a whiff of information, or we get a phone call comes through and it's like, oh, they're coming in now. And then it's a case of like certain model kits we get told, actually, no, it's not. And literally within hours later, the new information update comes through and it's like, no, scrap that, it's been delayed. And it's like, brilliant.
I know, well, I can't really call him a competitor because he's from the other side of the pond, but Andy at Hobby Headquarters did a video last week, I believe it was, regarding the supply chain and containers, because he's got containers waiting at ports to get in. And exactly the same problems. Yeah, there's other just like sat there for weeks, months on end outside the ports, just trying to get in. And it's the same for us.
Yes.
You know, well, for our suppliers, you know, things are just on the way from the destinations. Well, from there, en route to destinations. Just can't, you know, it's all back ordered and back.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
There's nothing new. This has been going on for 2 years now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
and then when they get here, there's a driver shortage and. Yeah, getting anywhere. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
It is.
It arrives.
Strange times we live in these days, and it as I say, it's getting a bit bad around Europe again as well. So I'm sure there'll be knock-on effects with ports and various bits and pieces as well again. So, you know, like we've always said, it's always a nice surprise, and sometimes it genuinely is, because sometimes we've had stuff turn up which we weren't even expecting for months.
Yeah.
And they turn up early, and it's like, how? Why? Never mind, we'll take it. So take it all as a bonus when these things do turn up. But that SR71, I must admit, I don't think it's going to be that long, because we've seen it built, and you know, with mock-ups and the various bits and pieces, so it can't be that far off.
And the Mandalorian as well. That should be the Razor Quest. That should be in very soon as well.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too long either, because as I say, I've heard rumours it's just due at the first around between the 1st and 5th of December. So again, take it with a pinch of salt if it actually does, but that's what I've been told as well. So it'll be just in time for Christmas for that one.
Yep.
Which is good, very good. Right, okay, should we do some questions?
Yeah, or one of them.
One of them. Dave says, I've read you're looking to do t-shirts for next year and all the rest of it. Okay, this goes back to my show yesterday, and I showed obviously the new line of merchandise and the various bits and pieces we're doing for next year probably. Don't panic, we will be doing up to 8XL.
Is that all? Is that
it? It actually goes over your car. It's like a car cover, so you can fit your SUV under it apparently. And I have spoken to the guys who are doing them for us and said about it, and I think it's going to be they're an extra £1 for the bigger sizes. From anything over an XL or whatever it is, it's an extra £1. So that's all. But yeah, apparently they go up to 8XL. So they do an extra small, medium, large, extra large, and then obviously all the way up to 8XL. So I think we've got everyone covered at that point, including cars.
I think we should have.
So,
Just on the
that's obviously for Flooring Models merch.
Yes.
So we're saying if you are interested in any PM Models merch, post below in the thread, and we have been looking into it, haven't we, Matt?
Well, I was about to say before you go off on that, it's going to be New Year, but I am looking into it. I've actually got some stuff back now, samples, but I'm not going to have time now before Christmas in the next 4 weeks. But I'm going to be looking January, perhaps February for mugs and PM merch, shall we say, and it is going to be happening. So yeah, it's not going to happen before the end of this year, to say, but next year for definite we will be doing some items of merch for the PM side of it if you're interested. So I look forward to that. Something different for us.
Yes.
So, and obviously nearer the time when it's going to come into fruition, then we'll mention more about it, and then people can put the names down, and we'll go from there. But yes, so all good, something different. That look forward to it.
Nice. Glenn says, I would like a 1/72 Lancaster kit, and not fussed about a particular version. Is there one kit that we would recommend?
Should we say it all together? Revel.
As a Jaguar, brilliant. That is. Can't get it. Great.
Airfix is the easiest one to get hold of, isn't it?
Do you still get the Revel one? Because that is.
I don't know. You can actually. It's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah, because Phil built that about 20 years ago.
I was going to say, hold on. I think it's in
that old. You can't even see the video. But it was a DVD.
It was a DVD.
In fact,
Jesus,
it's that old. It was on VHS. It's that old.
I don't know actually. Oh, it is. There it is.
There, look. Oh, God.
Yes.
Well, Airfix are probably the easiest ones, but they come and go, don't they? Because they do two different versions. They do the ones with the Merlins like that, or they do the ones with the.
Inside.
Do you know what? I think they're both out. You can get both versions. Right. The Dam Buster one I don't think's out, but I don't know. But the normal bomber one and the one with the radial engines in it, because we released that nobody bought, but then it came really sought after. Which it looks odd. A Lancaster with not Merlin engines look odd.
Oh, it does. Yes. Yeah, that I don't.
Very, very rare. I don't know.
Wasn't it the Lincoln had the other engines?
No, Lincoln had Merlins.
Did Lincoln have Merlins?
They just
thought that had those.
The radials on them, didn't they, for some reason? And must be a shortage or whatever. I don't know. But blimey, look at that. You need to revisit one of them, mate.
Do you know what? It's funny because I was having a bit of a moment over the weekend about thinking about different things and all the rest of it, and I did seriously think that to go back and redo all the old ones would be quite interesting.
Just laughing at the jumper.
The brush straight into the.
Mate, that Jag video is going to look just like this.
You do need to pull out the knitwear.
Get the knitwear out.
No decanting of the Flory wash into a different.
No, that's it. This is the old version of it. This would have been the old school mixtures.
Just contaminate it.
There you go. Look, we're going for making a mix. Because don't forget, actually, I think when this was done.
Is that grey?
We did. This is the old version of the wash. So we used to do I think it was 12 colours back in it.
I found a light dirt in my collection.
Did you? Yeah, we used to do the light dirt, which is basically the reason we couldn't call it white or grey, because we were never sure what colour the clay was going to be, because it had snails and twigs in it and stuff. So
right, organic.
So it was very organic in those days. It wasn't a refined clay like we use now. It was a proper old school, literally out the ground clay. But yes, look, soft switch in there. Just cut. That's it. It's before I did editing. But yeah, anyway, that's actually a very to be honest, it's quite a nice kit. If we can, there we go.
I was about to say that the Revell one is actually not a bad kit either. It's all right, isn't it? Because that was the first of the probably moderner.
Yes.
If that's the word. I suppose that and the Hasegawa one. I don't know how old the Hasegawa one is, to be honest.
I think this one came out just before the Hasegawa one came out, wasn't it? Both of them came out together because there was the option if you wanted to do the Revell one or the Hasegawa one. I never built the Hasegawa one. I only ever did the Revell one because obviously I did this version of it. And again, this was readily available everywhere, whereas Hasegawa one was a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Hasegawa's done some odd versions of the Lanc as well, haven't they? Because they did down their route of the AC Rescue one, I think, was out, and a French one. I think they did a French one and some others. But again, with that one, I think that was just the Dam Busters and that one, wasn't it? I think. Yeah,
I think they only did the two.
But yeah, it's an alright kit. I don't know about it for accuracy or anything, but that between that and the Airfix, anyway, you'll have a decent kit, and there's mass sets available.
Yes, I would highly recommend a mass set.
Someone on our forums on a Fleet Air Arm.
Yes,
I know, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love that. That is a beautiful build.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll showcase that tomorrow night because actually I really like that.
I was going to say we'll showcase that one tomorrow because he's done a really nice, and it's different as well in that scheme.
Yeah.
Rather than the RAF scheme, but
So yes. Anyway, So what we're really saying is that the Revell one, the Airfix one's readily available. But I haven't built it. But I can vouch for that kit. That's actually a really nice kit. I don't remember it having any problems at all going together. So,
well, you can watch your build, can't you?
Well, you can watch me build. It's a bit this size. Literally, you don't want to watch it in anymore because if you try and go full screen, it's old school, so it's a bit grainy, to say the least. That's pre-HD. In fact, I think it's pre-H. I think it's literally in a format of
just D.
480p that's in. That's all that's available, unfortunately.
That video's BC in it.
It is. It does make you wonder as well, is that even on the DVD version, I think it's only in 720, so it was a bit tricky on that one.
Yeah. But you can see, you get the...
You can see what's going on. You can see the interiors. I do have the camera a bit closer for doing other work and stuff like that. So
I will give you some advice if you're watching it. Turn your volume down when he's spraying, because it'll be about 100 PSI.
All right. In my defence, I think some of that is sprayed in some dubious paints in those days as well, where I needed to be at 100 PSI to be able to get it out of the airbrush.
Yeah. So, just hanging on to the airbrush for dear life because there's that much pressure coming out of it.
Yes.
So I've got the Airfix one down here, which is the newer one, but I've not built it. So, but I do believe it goes together well.
Yes.
Yeah, the Airfix one, yeah.
Anyway, all of these are free to watch as well, so if you want to go off and have a look at those, I think you find the Harrier in there as well, thinking about it, we were talking about earlier. These are old classic. Yeah, there you go. That's the same kit. That's the Hasegawa 48th one, which is obviously going to be reboxed by Hobby 2000. That's the said kit there as well from its original incarnation down in there.
The Airfix Seafire at the top was the first video build I built along to.
Did you? That was the freebie one that we did for Airfix magazine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a cracking kit. That I wish they'd re-released that C5 because that's a really good kit. I built that as well when I first one of the ones when I first joined the forum.
So I built it, and then as soon as I built it, I bought another one because it was such a nice thing. I still got it in my
shelf. It's a cracking kit, that is.
It is. And I have still got that said kit. It's one of the few from back in the day. I actually still got it. She's down there in the cabinet. But it's a beautiful little kit, that one. So very nice indeed. Anyway, moving away from the stuff on there. Where are we?
Just about to say, just before we move away, are you adding any more freebie videos to the?
I will be updating it. Retro. I will do the retro ones because obviously, I build roughly around about 12 to 15 a year. The oldest ones will then make its way over to the classic section as well, but they will be the full format. As a lot of you know, if I just show you these ones here, you have to watch in here because they don't have their own dedicated pages. But obviously, what will happen for members? They'll be these ones in here, when they are moved over, they'll be in a format like this. So when you click on this, like if you click on them at the moment, if we show you, I don't know, say they're there, down in here, you've got the photos that go along all with it, the high res. What will happen is the videos will be impregnated into here. Is that a good word to use, impregnated? Slotted in is probably better.
Is that any better?
Probably not, but I will put them into here as well, so then obviously you can just come along and you'll do it, and I'll make a thing that says which ones are free to watch and all the rest of it. But no, I will add some across, because as I say, there's usually around about 120 videos floating around here with all the builds on here. So but yes, so that's no problem at all. We'll do that just before Christmas, so everyone's got something to watch at Christmas. So what it'll probably be is all of these down in here, they'll move across, and then obviously we can move some of the armour ones and the other bits and pieces. Crep Van's a nice one.
Yeah, tell you what, when you go through that, I wonder how many of the kits are now discontinued, as in you can't get them.
Yeah,
There's a few.
Yeah.
The Crep Van, I don't think you can get any more. And
no.
Just looking at a few of the others, obviously the Sea Hawk, is it? You did the helicopter?
Yeah. I don't think that's available
interesting.
now.
Obviously the AT-111.
Yeah.
Obviously the triplane you can't get anymore.
No.
Sea Vixen.
Sea Vixen's, well, it's been delayed again, isn't it?
Yeah, the Jag.
Jag's gone.
The thing is special order, in it, the Stealth, is it? Is that the F-17?
The Camel, can't get.
Camel, the Starfighter.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. There's a few, isn't there, on there? That's
definitely, yeah.
Especially the Eddard stuff. Obviously, that's limited edition anyway. But yeah, there's a few in there.
Yeah.
It's only like the Tamiya stuff and Trumpy you can still get.
Yeah. Obviously, Little Bird's gone now.
Yeah, Little Bird's gone. Oh yeah, you could go through that, can't you?
Like
anyway, interesting. Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, part 2 of that question is the Minicraft 1:144 scale Lancaster any good? I've never seen that kit.
I have no idea, if I'm perfectly honest. I've never seen it. Because Minicraft was a really expensive, whatever you bought, wasn't it?
That KC135.
That was the one. Yeah, I don't know how expensive, obviously, the Lanc is, but I don't know the quality of it either. It might be worth a research on that.
It's not one we've had in, is it?
No. Don't know.
No.
Don't know.
Pass on that one. Keith says, "Hi gurus, hope you've had a nice break, Phil, and Andy, hope you're recovering well, and Matt, I hope all is well with you. I have made a mistake of going down the rabbit hole with primers. I'm currently using Vallejo primer and Tamiya acrylics Tamiya acrylics wearing a particulate odor 3M mask, which is the same one as I've got, isn't it? Present, as I don't have a spray booth, although I'm hoping that Santa brings me one. I just have to work a few Saturdays. I have a few kits in the stash per my signature. I'm also wondering, do I get a rattle can of primer and take them outdoors and prime them, or would you recommend a way of primers that I can use in my airbrush, which has got a Procon 270? Potentially could borrow my mate's portable spray booth. If Mr. Hobby is something similar, or the cards, or on the cards, or is it a major issues? It's more than what it's going to work best with acrylics, bringing back the old pains of everything else. Again, rattle cans aren't a bad option, are they?
To be honest with you, I've actually gone back to rattle cans here, because I'm in the same boat as if I'm doing the builds here. I don't really want to use lacquers because I'm in a bit of a confined thing with no real extraction. So I've got some rattle cans. I've got some Mr. Hobby rattle cans. You'll see it on the videos of some of them I've been doing, which is, I bet Andy's got his in there. I've been using the brown one, the mahogany one.
Yeah.
Which is one of them. Unfortunately, we can't really post them up, so we wouldn't stock them because I think they're amazing. But obviously, you can get them in the pots, like I've said before. You get mahogany, black, white, the greys as you use, the surface primers and all that. But again, a car rattle primer, if you go to Helford's, you can get a plastic rattle can primer. Have you got one there, Andy? There you go.
One of their normal primer, and that's fantastic. So, I mean, this is a white, but just their grey car primer.
They're the grey and red, don't they? Red oxide. And again, if that's an option, they dry rock hard. You can sand them. They're really, really good. To be honest with you, a good primer I've sourced. There you go. You've got eye coat, that isn't it?
Yeah.
if you're going down that road. Tamiya do one as well. Their primer's actually brilliant. Their Tamiya Grey surface primer. The AK prime, the new Gen 3 stuff, I like it. I think that's a decent primer throughout the Airbrush, which is an acrylic primer. It is a latex one, but actually after 24 hours you can sand it, which it does say, and it actually works. Not one of them, because I do find obviously with the Vallejo one, which I think is a very good primer, it just, you've got to leave it, haven't you?
Yes.
Because if you attack it a day after, you'll peel it, because I've done it, you've done it, all of us have done it. It needs a week at least to cure, and then it's fine. It's the latex in it. But I found with the AK acrylic ones, the new ones, even the old ones, but the new Gen 3, 24 hours, they're fine. They settle, they fill, if you want to go down that route. But again, here, rattle can primers are just easy, aren't they? I just find them, just blast it on, let it dry. The I can't remember about the Alphas one, but I know like the Mr. Hobby one we've got here and the Tamiya one, self-level anyway, you can absolutely flood it on, and it just you think, oh god, I've lost all my detail, and it just
it does come back.
It comes back, and it's nice to sand. It's got a bit of filling capabilities, or not a lot, but
the only one problem I found with rattle can primers is that, but you really have to take it outside. Because of our weather. You're limited on when you can do it, because you don't want a windy day, you don't want a rainy day.
No.
And the days when in the UK it's not windy or rainy, it's all right. Few and far.
Also, just for the other side of it as well, I wouldn't use a rattle can up against your filter.
No.
Because you will clog it pretty much within 2 or 3 uses, and you've killed your filter. So if you're going to use a rattle can, do it outside. Literally, if you have got a sheltered spot, as you say,
out of the weather,
or a garage, or something
shed,
else,
or somewhere, something like that, or buy one of Phil's massive T-shirts.
But yes, you could make a spray booth outside.
You want to be covered up and stuff, but you need to be outside because the stuff stinks. It just, you've got to think of the projection of, and the power it comes out, but. To be honest with you, I would recommend, because I think he had the problem with the Steinel res, if I remember from the other week. Which is not a uncommon occurrence, unfortunately. No. He was using ammo one shot, but it's the same stuff and it's Steinel res in a different thing. So the 8K one don't really give off a lot of odour, and it goes down. You don't need really high pressure either. So
no.
It's not like you're blasting it all over. So
one thing I would say though is, if you're thinking of getting a spray booth, get one.
I'll tell you what,
even though you can do the primers, etc., out of your room outside and do them. But if you're still spraying inside, even with your mask, it's the amount of dust it cuts down on if you're using a spray booth.
Yes.
So the amount if you're just doing it in a particular room, amazing how dusty they get. We're not using a spray booth.
I've got this to try, which is Aqueous.
Oh yeah, I remember it was
Aqueous Surfacer 1000. It's brand new from which is a water-based spray.
Yes.
Ever heard of it?
No.
I wonder what it's like. I've got nothing to try it on, but.
What you building this weekend?
Actually, do you know what? That's not a bad shout, mate.
Yeah.
That is not a bad shout.
We could do a live.
Yeah, but I'll be in here and I don't really want to be spraying bloody aerosols in here.
That's right. Do it out in the unit.
Do take the camera. Carry the camera around. I might have to get the phone on or something.
Yeah.
I might whip upstairs and prime it with this. And I'll give you a thing of how it sprays and dries.
You can let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to film, but not much to film when you just rattle canning, is it?
No, that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just because normally.
What's the propeller to that? Has it got any flammable symbols on it?
Yeah.
So we probably still can't post it then, can we?
No, it is flammable. Extremely flammable aerosol.
Yes.
That's just the propellant in it.
Yes.
Because if this is water-based stuff, it's going to be interesting. That's what that's really nice to my mind. Don't know if I'll smell it. I'll have to see. We'll see this weekend anyway, or whenever. But we'll give it a blast. But yeah, it's an interesting product, isn't it?
Well, look at that. We'll watch over the weekend, and Matt will give it a blast, and we can give it a live-on test, so to speak. Matt can come down, he can pop up, spray it, come down and show us how it did, and then tell us how it works.
It settles, how it dries and everything, because I wonder if I don't know, would it be latex in it? I don't know, what's the...
No idea.
Obviously, it's all in Japanese, so I can't read Japanese to know what... I don't know, we'll give it a blast anyway, it's interesting. But yeah, to be honest with you, I quite recommend them. I think they're really quite nice, them AK primers.
Yes.
They do go down well, like I say, they dry within 24 hours, you can sand them. So we've also, go back up, I've just noticed, the clear coats and the AK Gen 3 clear coats, satin, matte, they're new in.
Right, okay.
So we're stocking them now as well, because again, I've been using them a little bit on some of the armour stuff and that I've been doing them, and I quite like them. I think they go down nice. It's very nice. Usual thing in vacate. We should have a restock of Attacker actually soon as well.
Yeah, I was going to say they're due in. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
last question is from Robert. He says, "Hi Phil and Matt, what is the best thing to use for cleaning the airbrush and brushes? Is it all right to use hardware turpentine since it's cheap? What is your thoughts, Bob?"
What you're painting with, enamels, lacquers, acrylics, it all depends. If you're with lacquers, you obviously want lacquer thinners or the airbrush cleaner stuff. I knew there was something. You've just reminded me. We've got restocks of leveling thinner, rapid thinner, primers, tool cleaner, all the Mr. Hobby stuff. Because we've been out a while, so that was something I should have noted.
Yes.
So the primers look back in, and so just going back to his question. Sorry, I just had to get that in while I remembered. Again, if you're painting acrylics, you want an acrylic cleaner. So the Vlair one's probably the best, the airbrush cleaner, or alcohol, or whatever you want to do, and then enamels. And then enamels. Well, we're going to be talking about enamels again soon, aren't we?
Yes, apparently.
Yes, enamels is on the comeback, people.
It's the future.
And that's all we're saying.
Anyway, the thing is just going back on track with this one, getting him off a bit quick. The thing is, if you're just using acrylics, you can just use, acrylics for doing all your clean out work. So personally, like airbrush cleaner from Vallejo, that's pretty much standard right the way through. And also with these types of things as well, they've got a little bit of soap in there or something's going on. When you spray it, you get the bubbles, so you can see it, and that lubricates your seals and your nozzles and all the rest of it. If you're using like hardware turpentine and stuff, once it dries, you get splits and cracks and various things. And obviously if you then force the nozzle and the needle and all these areas and they're dry, it's a lot of tension going on. So the nice thing about using obviously cleaners and stuff is that they've normally got a little bit of something that just keeps things a little bit moist in there and stuff that stops them totally drying out. So if you're using acrylics, I like using the Vallejo airbrush cleaner. It's just very straightforward. For lacquers and enamels and everything else in between, to be honest, I usually just put through whatever I'm thinning at that time with, and I just put a couple of drops. You're not using gallons of it and spraying through tons. What I always tend to do is cleaning your airbrush, and I've done videos on it, is just put in a few drops of thinners, mix it up onto your thing, tip that out, so that's cleaned out the colour cup. So now it's just literally the nozzle areas you're cleaning. A couple more drops down into it, mix it around a bit, blow that right the way through, clean it out, get a paper towel into the actual colour cup and the bits and pieces, blow it all the way through so it's just nothing coming through. A couple of drops of thinners in behind it, that's enough just to throw it out. So you've probably only used like 10 drops to clean out your entire airbrush. But what you don't want to be doing is filling up your colour cup, blowing it all the way out, fill up your colour cup, blow it all the way out, because otherwise you're literally just hoofing through stuff for really no need.
Yeah, I mean, we sell these things, I can't remember where we get them from, to be honest with you, but these are really good for limiting the amount of, because I always used to use my normal thinners bottle, pour it into my colour cup, and like I said, fill off your colour cup in and start cleaning it out and spray it out. Whereas if you've got something that you can limit it easier with, so these
Where'd you get that idea from?
Yes,
exactly. These are
which section have you got them in on the floor on the site?
Tools.
Your section.
Are they in mine?
Oh yeah, in your section. Sorry, yeah.
I didn't know if you had them elsewhere. There they go.
We're sold out.
Oh yeah, have you not got any?
I'm sure I got some.
I was going to say, didn't I bring a load up the other week?
I'm sure I've got some. I'll check that when we've done this. We've got loads of them.
Anyway, there's a said company that does them, and the great thing is they're made of HDPE, whatever it's called, and they are completely impervious to everything. So you can put any thinners through it, and the tops are as well, and you can lock the tops. But the great thing about it is, because you've got the screw top on there with the nozzle, you can just do it drops into it, and it's a lot easier, even though Andy's forgot to screw his lid on and shake it.
Just covered yourself in thinners.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one smoke.
I think it's
Nobody's seen it.
a bit in here.
It's only because he sniffed his fingers. I
What's
thought,
he
well,
sniffing his
I could
fingers.
smell it.
Wait, can you please stop sniffing your fingers, please?
anyway, there we go. That will pretty much do it for today because we've gone over whilst he sniffs his fingers. So don't forget, you can catch us tomorrow night. We're going to be obviously live to start off with 7:30 till 9 o'clock. We're going to start our builds and the various bits and pieces, working our way through, and then obviously all weekend we're going to be live, obviously PM and the other stores around as well, which are part of the Flory family. They're all going to be doing discounts as well on various bits and pieces, so it'd be great to have you along. Remember, there's only one rule, and that's to have fun. If you're not having fun, we don't want to know you. Go away.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Yeah.
So that is literally the one rule. So if you want to join us for that, it'll be absolutely great to have you along. You can post up your photos, we can have a look at your great work and all the bits and pieces. Full details will be appearing over the next day as well, so it'd be great to have you along for there. Usual thing, if you want to grab everything, obviously available at the PM store. You can see we've got restocks, as we've been talking about, coming through all the time as well, so you can grab yourself some bargains or just get your normal sundries and day-to-day stuff that's available on there.
Yeah.
Cool. We're all done then, gentlemen?
Yep. We are all done. Yeah.
We are all done. Right, okay then guys, thank you very much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow night and hopefully over the weekend. If not, take care. We will see you all again very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.